For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, we are live and amplified. So let's get ready to podcast.
Fire it up.
Hey, how's it going?
Good morning. Hey, Tom.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How's everything going?
Doing all right, man. Sorry I'm running a couple minutes behind here.
Oh, you're all good. It's all good. So it gave me a chance to kind of collect myself. So
Anyways. How are you doing, man? Where are you located?
I'm in Waco, Texas.
Very nice.
Where are you at?
Very nice. Currently in Pennsylvania.
Okay. How are things going there?
Good, man. I have two young daughters that I'm sure will show themselves at some point. 5 and 3, Harper and Hannah. They're running around the house doing some breakfast here. So yeah.
Nice. Gotcha. Typical Saturday morning type thing.
That's it, man. Yeah. My wife is a night shift nurse at a hospital here, University of Pennsylvania. So every other weekend I have the girls solo. Doing my fatherly duties. So we get to, we do a lot of what we call truck stuff. So they like to crank Chris Stapleton, roll all the windows down the truck and just kind of go out and drive around for a while. So
okay. That's
one of our Saturday morning rituals in this house. So
Gotcha. That sounds like fun. So first off, I want to thank you for jumping on here and chatting with us for a little bit for the pancreatic cancer virtual fundraiser that we were doing. For everybody that's just kind of getting to know you or meeting you for the first time, what's kind of your background story? What got you into music? All that fun stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I've been playing for about 15 years, in various bands, just kind of in this region. And, I think when my first daughter was born about 5 years ago, when my wife first got pregnant, it kind of shut music ambitions down for a little while to focus on family. So, I've had a good kind of regional experience here playing in a lot of bands and doing it for a while, just really as a songwriter. It was really primarily what I was doing. I was fronting bands. I was actually a drummer for a while, playing guitar. And then I kind of shut down for a couple of years to focus on family. And, really after a little while, my wife, kind of said to me, Matt, you're really a better person when you're playing music. And I agreed with her. It was tough to have that void and not have the creative outlet in my life. And then, I guess through COVID and a little bit prior, I just started stockpiling songs again and doing a ton of co-writes, meeting people, getting myself back out there. And I had my first single release earlier this summer, open for Miranda Lambert and Brett Young, Maddie and Tay, John Langston, Lily Rose, over the summer. So it kind of came back fast and furious, and we've been very, very fortunate and blessed, man. I have an incredible band and an incredible producer I'm working on the album with. So just very, very humbled to be back because it feels like the right thing to be doing again.
For sure. No, that's really awesome. And it's interesting how many musicians kind of took a sidestep and before the pandemic, and then the pandemic kind of hit and it gave them that opportunity to, hey, maybe I should revisit this, or maybe I should look at this again, as a potential opportunity. So that, I guess one positive thing out of the pandemic was a lot of musicians decided to pick up their passion again for the most part. Yeah.
No, it's good to hear you say that too, because at times I kind of felt like I was going stir crazy because it just felt like one long snow day, it was like weird. And not being able to get together with people and write in person or play was it was way more difficult than I actually gave it credit for at first. So I think you're right. A lot of people that I talked to sort of did the same thing, Yeah,
for sure. And, it's sad that it took something like the pandemic for musicians to some musicians to kind of pick it back up. But, we don't have control over everything. So
that's it, brother. We don't.
So, So the album that you're working on, what's kind of the story behind it?
Yeah, it's a great question, man. I think in a lot of ways, it's just really a lot of it's sort of looking backwards, into the past and relationships I've had, things failures I've had in my life. I was a college football player. I was a quarterback, and I blew my knee out, for example. So there's obviously a ton of material of, failed dreams there that had happened. And then there's also the positive, my wife and my kids, the opportunities that family and friends have led to, this journey that I'm on with music right now. I write about a good bit, the loss of family members. My grandparents I was very close with. My grandfather in particular was the real life John Wayne, to me, wore Stetson every day of his life. And, so there's a number of songs about him and kind of the message that he's left. But I don't know. I think the album is really just a journey and a collection, like a scrapbook of moments in time in my life and the most important things about what's going on, with me. I'm not necessarily, I write a lot of songs for other artists, so that's a good creative outlet, but this is the stuff I'm going to put out is the personal stuff. They're the stories that mean something to me as an artist. So that's what I'm working on now.
Gotcha. Where'd you go to school at? You said you were a college football player.
Yeah, I went to a Division II school in central Pennsylvania called Bloomsburg University.
Okay.
Way back in the day.
Yeah. I got you.
Up at this point, but
I got you.
But yeah, it was great, man. The people I met, the friendships I've made from there are just, everlasting. And it was a hell of an experience, but it came to a pretty abrupt and painful ending, unfortunately.
Yep. I imagine, as football tends to do to a lot of players. So,
yeah.
Are you born, raised from Pennsylvania, or did you transplant there?
Yeah, no, I'm born and raised here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's becoming, increasingly difficult to leave, just with more kids and family. And there's my daughter Harper. Hey, honey, you want to say hi to everybody? Come here. You're being shy. Say good morning, sweetheart. Hi.
Hi.
So this is timely. My daughter Harper, I actually had a single release called Free Fall the other day, and I wrote it in this seat that I'm sitting in right now about this girl, and she was my co-writer on it. So you can hear it on Spotify.
That's awesome. Very timely.
Hey, all right, go play, babes.
Nice. And so the album that you're currently working on, where are you kind of at? You're still recording it, but how long have you been working on it?
Been working on it for, I want to say, about 18 months.
Okay. So pretty much right as the pandemic kicked up again.
Pretty much. Yeah. And release date right now is set for, we're thinking June of 2022. We're actually trying to find a spot, in Nashville with a lot of the folks that I wrote the album with during CMA Fest, which is going to be crazy to begin with, but that's what we're shooting for right now.
Nice. Yeah. I've never been to Nashville during CMA Fest, but I've been in the area. I lived in Bowling Green, Kentucky for about a year. And just even the spillover from CMA Fest in Bowling Green, Kentucky was insane.
Is that right? Really?
Yeah. There was pretty decent spillover. Just like people that were looking for a cheaper place to stay, or like not to be right in the thick of things, because Bowling Green, Kentucky was only like an hour away or so.
Right.
But
yeah.
It was pretty interesting.
That's crazy. It stands even that far out.
Yeah.
I know town gets just, it's insane.
Yeah, it is. So, but we are here for a reason to raise funds and awareness for pancreatic cancer research and all that stuff. So,
Yes, sir.
The next question I have is, have you had anybody affected by pancreatic cancer or just cancer in general?
My dad.
Okay.
My dad had testicular cancer and survived. Yes, honey, you may have an apple. Can I have a minute? Saturday morning dad duties.
Yeah.
Yes, I will. Can you give me 5 minutes, sweetheart? Yeah. Thank you, baby. Sorry about that.
You're good.
Yeah, my dad, when I was in college playing football, was diagnosed with testicular cancer, and I remember very viscerally where I was when I found out. I was actually in a shopping mall outlet store with a bunch of my buddies. We were just out, and I got a phone call from my mom saying, your dad found a lump, and he had it tested. She tried to make it seem like it was way less, she just, I think, wanted me to not have a crazy experience with it. And I just remember dropping everything in my hand and just hitting me.
Hey, how's it going?
Know what else?
Hey, how are you?
What is that on?
Sorry, I think that was me on the Facebook Live link.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, that was. I was like, no, that's yesterday's. What is playing? So
Sorry.
You're good. So how old were you when your dad got diagnosed?
I was probably 21 or 20,
Okay.
22.
Okay. So you were still pretty, or you were, I guess, 21, 22, you were still young, but you were old enough to kind of comprehend everything that was going on.
Yeah, it was a scary time. I think I was right in that part of my life, like you just mentioned, where yes, I still felt helpless and had no control over it. And I was confused. I didn't know really how to react. And, but, I was old enough and mature enough to be like, man, this could be it.
Mm-hmm.
So it was scary, but
Gotcha. Well, it looks like you got the army of kids that need your attention, because I saw them both sitting right behind you. And so we're going to wrap this up with one final thing. Everybody that comes on the podcast or the virtual podcast fundraiser gets one spin of the random question generator.
Awesome. Okay.
So if you're ready, I've got your question right here.
Yes, sir. Fire away.
Would you rather be unique or normal?
Oh, unique for sure. I'm a total weirdo. So yeah, that normal sounds horrifying to me.
Yeah, I agree. So, but if anybody wants to check out the new album or anything else you got going on, where's the best place for them to do that?
Yeah, sure. Spotify, just search for Matt Freedman. You can ask Alexa to play it, mattfreedmanmusic.com. Instagram and TikTok, I'm pretty active as well. Just search for my name. And yeah.
Awesome.
And I'll certainly share this around. And thank you so much for having me. And
yeah, for sure.
I'm sorry for the distractions, but this is the reality of life right now. We're cutting apples. We're making breakfast.
Awesome. Well, once again, thank you for joining us, and we will see you here in a bit.
Tom, my pleasure, man. I hope you guys raise a ton of money today. It's a very important thing.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.
Cheers, brother.
Yep.